Life in a quiet neighborhood has a certain rhythm, until someone decides their needs outweigh everyone else's. For me, that someone was Karen. From the moment she moved in, it became painfully obvious that she regarded the streets and driveways as her personal property, and my driveway quickly became her favorite parking spot. At first, I tried being polite. "Karen, would you mind not blocking my driveway?" I asked one morning as she returned from a jog. She flashed a dazzling smile and promised she would. But promises, as I would soon discover, were meaningless in Karen's world. The next day, her SUV was halfway across my driveway again. Weeks passed. I tried notes, polite reminders, calls to the HOA, even direct confrontation. Nothing worked. Karen had an uncanny ability to act as if she had no idea anyone else existed. One Saturday, I found her leaning against her SUV, sipping coffee. When I approached her for the third time, "You're really making this difficult," I said. She shrugged. "Oh, it's just a little inconvenience. Don't be so dramatic." That moment, I realized diplomacy would never work. The stress began affecting everything: my work, my sleep, even my mood around my kids. Every trip in or out of my house required planning around her SUV. I considered calling towing companies, but legality issues kept me from taking that route. The more I tried to resolve the problem conventionally, the more trapped I felt. That's when I began thinking creatively. I started observing her routines, noting when she left and returned. It wasn't just the blocking. It was the power she seemed to derive from controlling my driveway. If I could reclaim that space, even subtly, I could regain my sanity. But it had to be clever, no damage, no confrontation, and absolutely untraceable. It started with small psychological nudges. Notes under her wiper warning about neighborhood watch rules, repositioned planters that made her driveway feel narrower, even reflective cones at angles that made parking uncomfortable. But she ignored them all. She needed a bigger hint. The opportunity came during a neighborhood garage sale. I had borrowed a towing dolly from a friend. A legal rental, nothing shady, and under the cover of night, I gently guided her SUV onto it and rolled it to an empty garage a few blocks away. It was silent, efficient, and undetectable. By morning, Karen's SUV was gone. She screamed, called every towing company she knew, even the HOA, but no one had seen a thing. Over the next week, anonymous notes and subtle hints reinforced the illusion that her vehicle had been removed due to infractions. The HOA even congratulated her for complying with parking regulations. She never suspected me, and best of all, she finally stopped blocking my driveway. Watching her frantic searches from my window brought a strange sense of justice. I hadn't broken any laws, hadn't harmed anyone, but I had taken back control of my life in a way that words and complaints never could. The satisfaction was subtle, almost poetic. Months later, she cautiously parks elsewhere, always a few houses down the street, never so much as brushing the edge of my property. Every time I back out now, I smile. Not just because my driveway is clear, but because I proved something essential. Sometimes, cleverness trumps confrontation, and patience combined with strategy can make even the most impossible problems vanish. It was a lesson in observation, creativity, and calculated action. And while Karen never knew who orchestrated her SUV's disappearance, the quiet satisfaction of reclaiming my space and my peace of mind was entirely mine. Character count: 5012, white heavy check mark.